Good morning, class. Let's continue with the topic multiplication of fractions. Before going ahead, we'll firstly talk about some of the important points about fraction. The first point is about the types of fractions. Okay, so basically three types of fractions. So let us know this in detail.
Proper fractions are those fractions which are part of a whole. That means always the denominator is greater than the numerator. Okay, so 3 by 2 is not a proper fraction, right? This is not a proper fraction. And 5 by 3 is not a proper fraction. While in the case of 3 by 4, this is a proper fraction, right? This is a proper fraction, this is a proper fraction, while these two are not proper fractions. Okay, now we'll talk about improper fractions. So those fractions in which the denominator is lesser than the numerator, in that case it is a improper fraction. For example, we take 5 by 3 or 7 by 6 or 3 by 2. So all these are improper fractions because the numerator is greater than the denominator. While on the other side, in proper fractions, the numerator is always less than the denominator, like 1 by 2, 3 by 4. Now talking about mixed fractions, the fractions which have a whole number and a fraction. For example, we express the number as 3 2 by 5. This is a mixed fraction. Or 5 1 by 2. Or 11 4 by 9. So all these are mixed fractions. Okay.
Now the next point is about multiplication of fractions, which states that whenever we multiply two proper fractions, then the answer will be equal to the multiplication of numerator divided by the multiplication of the denominator.
So for example, if we take 2 by 3 is the first fraction and the second fraction is 3 by 5. The answer will be equal to 2 into 3 divided by 3 into 5, and we simplify it by cancelling, and the answer will be equal to 2 by 5.
The third point says fraction acts as an operator of.
For example, we have a statement like this: half of 12. This means half into 12, and 12 divided by 2, and the answer is 6. Okay, so whenever there is a statement where there is an of, it actually means multiplication.
Next, we'll learn about the steps involved in the multiplication of fractions.
Simple steps involved in multiplying fractions. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and simplify the fraction if needed. So let's look at our first example. What is 1 by 2 times 2 by 5? We could also say what is half of 2/5. Okay, let's first multiply the numerators. 1 into 2 is 2, and that is the numerator of our answer. Let's write it down. We then multiply the denominators. 2 times 5 is 10, and this is the denominator of our answer. So our final answer is 2 by 10. We then need to see if we can simplify this answer. But let's take a moment and understand what simplification means. So let's say I had 6 toy airplanes and I lent you 3. I can represent this as a fraction. It would be 3 by 6. But I could also say I gave you half of my toy planes. And a common way to represent half is 1 by 2. So is 3 by 6 the same as 1 by 2? Yes, it is, if you simplify it. And how do we do that? By finding common factors. Let's take the numerator. It's 3. Can I split it further? I cannot. But I can split the denominator. 6 can be written as 2 times 3. So I can write my fraction as 3 by 3 times 2. And cancelling the 3's, which are common factors, we get 1 by 2, which is the simplified fraction. Okay, now let's go back to our earlier result and see if we can simplify it. Our result was 2 by 10, and 10 can be written as 2 times 5. So we have 2 by 2 times 5, and cancelling the 2's we get 1 by 5. Can this be simplified further? I do not think so. Would you agree?
Well, now let us start solving the exercise problems. Move to exercise 2.2. So let's solve the first question. Using the same method, you can solve the first and the second question. So the first question is a figure problem. Let's continue.
That says 2 into 1 by 5. So what does this 2 into 1 by 5 actually mean? So we are doing a repeated addition of 1 by 5, right? 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5. And what does 1 by 5 means? That means when we divide something into 5 parts, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one of the parts. So if the diagram is there, which is like this will be the answer. So in this question, the D part is the answer. Okay.
Let's now move to the third question, which says multiply and reduce to the lowest form and convert into a mixed fraction.
Question. This is the first part of the third question. The first step will be to write it like this, right? And then multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. Okay, it's 21 by 5. Now this is improper fraction. Okay, now we have to convert it into mixed fraction. Okay, 21. So the answer will be 4, 1 by 5. Okay. Now let's solve the 10th part of the third question. It says 15 into 3 by 5. Okay. Now the first step, 15 divided 1 into 3 by 5. Second step, 5, 15 into 3. Yes, now we have to simplify it. This will be 3, right? This will be equal to 3 into 3. Answer is 9. Okay.
Now the fourth question says to shade half of the circles in the box.
Now in this question, we have to color half of the circles, okay, in the box. So here we have total of 6 circles. The total of 12 circles. So since it's half of the circles in the box, this off will represent it as multiplication of what? Of the 12 circles. What is it? How many circles are there? You can check it here. It is 12. So it is half into 12. So what is half into 12? That will be equal to 12 by 2. And the answer is 6. So we will color 6 of the circles. This is the answer.
Now let's try the fifth question.
Now the D part of the fifth question, which says 4 by 5 of 20 and 4 by 5 of 35. So let's solve the first part first, which says 4 by 5 of 20. That means 4 by 5 into 20, right? That means 4 into 20 divided by 5. Yes. Now simplify it. It will come as 4, and the answer will be 60. Similarly, the second part, 4 by 5 of 35, which means 4 by 5 into 35, that means 4 by 5 into 35. Now let's simplify it. That will be equal to 28. Okay.
Now the sixth question, which says to multiply and express as mixed fractions.
Now in the A part of the sixth question, which says 3 into 5 1 by 5. So we are multiplying a whole number to a mixed fraction. So first step will be to solve the mixed fraction and convert it into an improper fraction. So 3 into 5 5s are 25, 26 divided by 5, right? Now the next step will be 3 into 26 divided by 5, right? Now 26 into 3, 87. So the answer is 78 divided by 5. Now we can't stop here because it is an improper fraction. So we have to convert it back to a mixed fraction. So to convert it into a mixed fraction, you'll have to divide it. 78. So 1, 28, 5, 25, 3. So the answer will be 15, 3 by 5. Now let's solve the F part of the sixth question. It says 3 2 by 5 into 8. That means we are multiplying a mixed fraction to a whole number, right? So we'll convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction, which is 17 by 5 into 8. Okay, so with this will come as 17 into 8 divided by 5. So this will come as 136 divided by 5. Now this is improper fraction. Let's convert it into proper fraction. 10, 36, 7 is 35 and 1. So the answer is 27 1 by 5.
You can solve the seventh question in the similar manner. Now let's move to the eighth question. In the eighth question, it says, Vidya and Pratap went for a picnic. Their mother gave them a water bottle that contained 5 liters of water. Vidya consumed 2 by 5 of the water. Pratap consumed the remaining water. How much water did Vidya drink? Second question, what fraction of total quantity of water did Pratap drink?
So this question, firstly we'll write the total quantity of water will be equal to 5 liters, right? Now the second statement says Vidya consumed 2/5 of the water. So Vidya consumed is equal to 2/5 of the water. Now what is the quantity of water? It is 5 liters. So here it will become 2 by 5 of 5. And what is off? Is equal to 2 by 5 into 5. And the answer will be equal to 2 liters. Okay? So we can say Vidya consumed 2 liters. Now the second statement says that Pratap consumed remaining water. So how much is the remaining water? So Pratap consumed. How much is the remaining water? So total liter is 5 liters minus the 2 liters which is consumed by Vidya. So the quantity of water Pratap consumed is 3 liters. Now, how much did and then what fraction of the total quantity of water did Pratap consume? So if in fractions, the question says like if we divide the water into 5 parts, 1 2 3 4 5, so Vidya consumed 2 of them, and this is consumed by Vidya, and this is consumed by Pratap. So what does this mean? This means Vidya consumed 2 by 5 and Pratap consumed 3 by 5 of the water. Now this is what they are asking. In fraction, how can you denote how much water Pratap drank? So you know the answer is 3 by 5 because it is simple calculation, but we have to show it. Proper calculation. So we'll say, so quantity of water of Pratap in fractions we'll write it as, in this situation, who had this? Vidya. So to solve this, what we'll do is, we'll consider 1 as the total number of, as the total fraction of water, and then subtract it with Vidya's share. So it will be 1 minus 2 by 5. So this is how much Pratap had. Okay. So here we go. 5. 5 minus 2. Now this 3 by 5. So this is the fraction of what portion of water Pratap had. Whenever there is question like this, in that scenario, you have to tell that the total quantity is 1 and then subtract the remaining with the remaining fraction with this 1, then you will get the remaining portion. Okay.
Now you can write the final answer in this manner. Okay. We have completed the exercise 2.2. Now you will have to do all these questions neatly in your notebook, and you will also have to do the 2 questions of exercise 2.3, the first 2 questions. So totally you have exercise 2.2 and first and second question of exercise 2.3 as homework. Okay? We'll continue with exercise 2.3 in the next class. Take care.